This is Andrew Fryer on his continuing quest to try and find cool stuff you can do with Microsoft technology this Christmas. I'm joined by James O'Neill, photo enthusiast, and what are you looking at here, James?
This is a technology called Photosynth, and Photosynth basically gives us a totally new way to look at our pictures. The best way to understand Photosynth is actually to dive in and have a look. So here's one I prepared earlier, and these are some pictures I shot down in Brighton around the Pavilion Gardens. And as I hover over the picture, you can see, well, a couple of things. One is this donut, which actually lets me pick up the view and move it around. But also, you see these little wire frames. And if I click on one of those wire frames, the picture changes, and I actually move to a new picture. So you can see as I hover over these gates, there's a wire frame of the view the other side, and I can basically navigate and walk around and have a look at all these pictures stuck together from lots of different viewpoints and navigate around them, but also zoom in and look at points of interest. So I can keep moving around, and if I see something that looks like it might be interesting, I can just zoom in and see what I can see. So, you know, we can see the name of the street or whatever. And what you notice as we zoom in is that this information is coming down on demand. So there's many megabytes of image data up here, but it's actually coming down as required.
Okay, got the idea. And you've got little dots going on there, James.
Yeah, let me show you a bit more about the dots. The dots are the points that Photosynth has found in common between two different pictures. So if I just use the P key here, it toggles the view between the pictures and the point cloud. So I can have pictures only, pictures and point cloud, or just the point cloud. And I can navigate around and actually just look at my point cloud view. So you can see parts of the domes on the pavilion.
James, this looks absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, you're a technical, geeky kind of guy and a pretty good photographer, but how does somebody like my mum get to use this stuff?
What she does is she basically sits down, takes all the JPEG files apart, gets out her slide rule, and does all the... No. We basically have a much simpler way of doing it than that. If I go to the main part of Photosynth, we just go to Create a Synth. This fires up a little application, and we just drop photos into the application and just give it some very minimal information about a title, what strings we want attached to sharing the pictures, and once we've done that, we give it a title and some minimal information about the strings we want attached to sharing the pictures, so we can say it's public domain or it's full copyright or Creative Commons. We choose a thumbnail, and then this does all the heavy lifting, so all the maths to calculate what are points of interest and which points are in common between the photos is all done in here, and then it pushes the photos up to the website with the data for how to arrange them. And the next thing that we know is we come back, and once this is finished doing all the heavy lifting, we've just got our synth presented to us here on the website.
Fantastic. So obviously you've been doing a bit of this. Any advice for anybody having a go at this?
The major advice I give people is don't shoot like you'd shoot for a panorama. If you shoot a panorama, you keep your feet in one place, you shoot from one viewpoint, and you just do a little bit of overlap. What we're trying to do with Photosynth is to shoot from lots of different viewpoints, but in order to find those common points, the stitcher needs lots of points of commonality, so you have to shoot lots of overlap. So the more overlap you've got, the better. You can stay in one place and zoom, but don't do enormous zooms from one end of the range to the other. Do it in a couple of steps, and just remember that you're going to have enough commonality between the pictures for the synth to get to grips with. If you keep that in mind, it becomes really quite easy.
James, thank you very much indeed. I will continue on my journey with another one next time.